I just made the best lockdown defender build that can do everything in 2K26. I can get all the legend defensive badges, legend set shot specialist, and Hall of Fame shifty shooter. This means I can green over anyone. I can also get blur takeover and dribble like the fastest point guard build, and I also get contact dunks to dunk over anyone. This build is 6'8", so you can actually contest 7'4" centers, and it plays insane defense on both guards and centers. Steals are not that OP in this game, but I still get a lot of them. Like I said, I get all the legend defensive badges on this 6'7" Demigod. I can get Challenger and On-Ball Menace on Hall of Fame with cap breakers, and with the power of Max Plus 1s and 2s, I get Legend Challenger and Legend On-Ball Menace. I also get Legend Interceptor with a Max Plus 2, and I have the fastest speed possible so I can box everyone up. This build starts with a low ball handle and speed with ball, but I can cap breaker them from a 66 to an 86 to get the best dribble moves and blur takeover. This takeover allows me to dribble as fast as possible and get guaranteed contact dunks. Now, speaking of contact dunks, I get a lot of them, and if I wanted to, I could get Hall of Fame or Legend Posterizer with my cap breakers and Max Plus 2s. My 6'8" Demigod also gets a maxed out midi and 3-pointer, and after specializing in shooting, I can use my Max Plus 2 and Max Plus 1 for Legend Set Shot Specialist and Shifty Shooter. This build is meant to be a lockdown, and not only does it lock everyone up and get a ton of steals, but it breaks ankles, hits the nastiest ISO clips, greens 3 super consistently, and can dunk on anyone. This 6'8" lockdown build can do everything you need, and you 100% should make this build. So be sure to watch the rest of this video. I'm gonna give you this amazing build, and not only that, I'm gonna give you the best jump shot, best dribble moves, and dunk animations to use on it. YouTube, how's it going, guys? So like I said, we made the most broken lockdown build in 2K26, man. Not only is this build insane at getting you those stops, bumping people up, playing amazing defense, getting those passing lane steals, but this build is a dribble god. This build can green insane shots. This lockdown does everything my regular 6'8" ISO build does and more with insane defense. And it can dunk on anyone. Now, like I said, I can get the legend defensive badges, some legend shooting badges, Hall of Fame posterizer. This build does everything. I'm actually moving just as fast as my 6'8" ISO build with this monster. So to start things off, guys, you want to go 6'8" for the height, shooting guard. For the weight, go 185. If you go 186, that is a no-no, because then your perimeter defense cannot be cap breakered to a 96. You need to go 1 inch lower, which is the minimum weight. So you have to be 185 pounds to be able to cap break your perimeter to a 96. Then for the wingspan, you could go max wingspan, so that you're a little more likely to get better contests or steals, but you don't need to, because we can go 7 foot instead, so that we can get an 89 midi for our set shot specialist on silver, and so that we can get limitless with an 83 3-pointer. Then for the body types, you can get slender, balanced, and buff. Now, like I said, guys, cap breakers play a very important role in this build. So you will start off with the ball handle with a 66 ball handle and 71 speed with ball. Now, by putting 5 cap breakers on my ball handle, it will go up from a 66 to a maxed out 86. And by putting 2 cap breakers on my speed with ball, it will go from a 71 to an 80. Now, if you look at this right here, it gives you a takeover, it gives you blur. So you can either use that, or with the custom takeover feature, you can make a custom takeover with blur. Now, blur makes you dribble like crazy, but not only that, it gives you an insanely gigantic, unmissable green window when going for contact dunks. So you'll never miss a contact dunk, free 2 points, and you'll be hitting crazy clips with the dribbling. So we will go back to a 66 and a 71 speed with ball right here. But we will get those silver and better dribbling badges, and the best dribble animations, and blur takeover. So that's 7 cap breakers right here. If you guys prefer to do your cap breakers on your defense first, by all means do that, bro. It's just preference. This is mainly a lockdown build, like I said. Now for the physicals, let's start with that, guys. I'm not gonna lie, what is a lockdown build without the best physicals? So we have to have an insane agility, with our agility at an 87 and our speed at an 87. This build is insanely fast. I can run around the court like a little crackhead and box everyone up. I am so fast. It is actually unreal, the speed and the agility difference on my regular 6'8 compared to this one. This one is so much faster on defense. It's actually insane. Then for the vertical, we're gonna put this to an 80, which gives us that pogo stick on gold, which we mainly wanted for a 77, but you will see later on why this is an 80. Then for the strength, we are going to put this to a 60, and that gives you physical finisher and strong handle. All right, so far we have our physicals done and our playmaking. Now this is a lockdown defender build, so we should probably do our defense as soon as possible. So for the steal, we're going to go with an 85. Now most people, they're doing 60 steal lockdown builds. Now the thing is, you don't need steal in this game because on-ball steals are impossible. It's all about the bump steal animation. But you do want steal to get passing lane steals. Now if you are a demon like myself, you can read those passing lanes, get those free steals. You need this. You want this. That's why I am not going with a 79 steal specifically for that glove. I'm going for an 85 steal to get interceptor on gold. Then we can max +2 to legend interceptor. Next up, we have the perimeter defense. So we're gonna put this up to a 91. By going from a 90 to a 91, that gives you on-ball menace on gold. And if we did do a 92, we would have challenger on gold, but we will get that with cap breakers. Now when we cap break to a 95, you get Hall of Fame challenger. When you cap break to a 96, you get Hall of Fame on-ball menace. Because they're Hall of Fame, you only need a max +1 to make them both on legend for legend challenger and legend on-ball menace. So we're jumping all the way from silver challenger and gold on-ball menace to both of these badges on legend after 2 max +1s. And you get glue, which is basically lock takeover. And we also get gold pick dodger, but let's go back down to a 91 perimeter. For the interior, we're gonna put this all the way up to a 70 for those interior stops on those center builds or rim running builds. And for the block, we are going to go with a 74 because that gets us paint patroller on bronze. Then for a tier 2 upgrade, you could throw one on high flying denier or paint patroller if you want them on silver. So now our playmaking, defense, and physicals are done. Depending on what your play style is, you can choose whether to put like 1 cap breaker on your perimeter D, for example, 5 on your ball handle, 2 on your speed with ball. Then these 2 will be fully upgraded, fully maxed out. You'll have your gold challenger. See, I already have 9 cap breakers, so I already did all of these. I put 7 on these 2, the ball handle and the speed with ball. Then I put 1 on my perimeter, and then I had another 2 cap breakers. But yeah, I definitely recommend you use 1 on perimeter, and then you upgrade your ball handle and speed with ball. And for the pass act, we are going to put this up to a 65 at least to get that break starter on bronze. And if you want to, after cap breakering these categories right here, you can put your pass act up to a 71 for that silver dimer and versatile visionary. Or if you want to keep going, you can get it to 76. Next up, we have the shooting. So this build is insane at shooting. It is just like my 6'8 ISO build, like I told you guys. So we're gonna start by maxing out the 3-pointer, okay? And then we're gonna go down 1 because it doesn't matter whether we go from an 83 to an 84. We need an 83 so that we get bronze. Limitless. Limitless is a very important badge in this game. For the midi, we are going to put this up to not an 89, but an 87. An 89 gets a set shot specialist on gold. And then, like I said, you can max +2 that to legend after you specialize in shooting. So yes, for the specialization, you want to use that on shooting. And you'll add 2 cap breakers from 87 to 89. Beautiful, right? Then we'll have all the silver shooting badges, gold set shot. So with the max +2 and max +1 set shot specialist will be on legend, and shifty shooter can be on gold. Now we finished the shooting, the playmaking, the defense, the physicals. Let's get to the dunk. I'm sure you guys can already guess what is about to go down. First off, we do have to lower the post control real quick. Now we should be able to get the driving dunk to an 89, but we're gonna put this midi to an 87. With the midi and an 87, we're gonna specialize in shooting, like I said, +2 on the midi to get that gold set shot specialist. So let's lower these attributes real quick. And for the driving dunk, you can get it on an 89, which gets you Hall of Fame Aerial Wizard, which isn't that important, but it's a very good badge. And then posterizer is on silver, which if you want, you could max +1 it to gold or max +2 it to Hall of Fame. Then after you use all the cap breakers on ball handle or speed with ball and your perimeter and your midi from your build specialization, if you have extra, you can get your driving dunk to a 93. When it's at a 93, it'll be gold posterizer. You can max +2 it to legend if you really want to. Now for the layup, we'll put this to a 70. And then our offensive rebound, we are going to put that to a 70. Then we have to fix the perimeter defense stats real quick. And just like that, this build is already looking insanely devious right now. So like I said, it can do everything. It plays insane defense on guards and centers. You get a lot of passing lane steals. You will cap break your ball handle at speed with ball to be fully maxed out at 86 and 80 just by using 2 cap breakers on speed with ball and 5 on playmaking, which covers 20 cap breakers. Then for the shooting, 83 3-pointer for that limitless. Then we use our +2 from build specialization for the cap breakers on the midi, which will make it an 89 for that gold set shot, which I'm gonna cap break all the way to legend. And this build gets the contact dunks as well with an 89 driving dunk and an 80 vertical. Now you only do need a 78 vertical for this, but later on down the line I will use cap breakers on driving dunk, so that way my posterizer will go up even more. And I promise you guys, with this 87 speed, this 87 agility, my build is zooming, bro, not only on offense but on defense. This build gets so many stops. It is so quick. It is so impossible to deal with. And like I said, with cap breakers and max +2s, we'll get legend defensive badges, amazing dribbling badges and speed, legend set shot specialist, and gold or higher on the posterizer. This build is meant to be a lockdown, but it does legit everything and will still lock you down. Now when you make it, it is called a two-way mid-paint scorer, but my name did change a little bit after I used my cap breakers. It did give me the option to change it to a two-way mid-range high flyer, which does sound better than a mid-paint scorer. Now I have 8 cap breakers plus 1 more for my build specialization, so that is 9 cap breakers. This is what I went with. As you can see, a lot of my dribbling badges, my challenger, all of those went up a tier or 2. Then when I do get more cap breakers, I'm gonna put +1 more for my build specialization on my midi, and then 4 more on my perimeter D, so I can get legend defensive badges by max +1ing. Like I said, you want to cap breaker the ball handle and speed with ball right away so you can get these dribble moves: Zach LaVine dribble style, Tracy McGrady sig size up, Devin Booker breakdown combo, Jimmy Butler escape moves, LeBron James combo moves, Lonzo Ball crossover, Kobe White behind the back, Penny Hardaway spin, Rondo hesitation, and Devin Booker step back. Then for the base, you want to go with Bogdan Bogdanovic, not Bohan Bogdanovic, Bogdan Bogdanovic, Baluba release 1, and Sadiq Bey release 2. 75% Mikey Wang, 25% Sadiq Bey. This jump shot is amazing. You get it for an 88 rating, which meets the threshold perfectly. A+ release speed, A+ defensive immunity. This jump shot is amazing. Now, if you did not cap break your 3-pointer yet, you can go with this jump shot for an 87 rating. All you have to do is make Baluba 61% and Sadiq Bey 39%. Then you get the contact dunks for not only the 2-handers, but the 1-handers, because you meet the threshold of 89 driving dunk and 78 vertical. Also go with the baseline reverse off 1 and the quick drops for the one-handed dunk animations 2. You get both standing dunk animations for a 40 and 45. Michael Jordan dunk package. I like to use Ginobili, Harden, and Vince Carter too. And then you get the Pro Contact alley-oops. And this is what I'm rocking with at the moment for my Max Plus 1s and Max Plus 2s. But like I said, I did not put my perimeter D up to a 96 yet. That is why you don't see my on-ball menace legend, my challenger legend, those type of badges. However, my lightning launches, Hall of Fame, my set shot specialist, my on-ball menace, my shooting badges are looking crazy right now. And to think I started with a 66 ball handle on this build, and now I have Hall of Fame lightning launch. And don't forget, guys, like I mentioned, you can get Blur Takeover now, which is the most overpowered takeover in the game. It is a guaranteed bucket, guaranteed free contact dunk when going to the paint by cap breaking your ball handle and your speed with ball. So this is how the build looks right now after I've used my 9 cap breakers that I have so far, and I'm only gonna keep getting more for my perimeter defense, and I have another +1 from my build specialization to get me the 89 midi, and then I can get legend set shot specialist. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. I promise you this build is insane. You would think a lockdown build would only be a lockdown defender, but no, it is insanely fast because of the speed and agility, and the perimeter D gets a ton of steals, but it's also a demon offensively, breaks ankles, hits the nastiest clips, dribbles as fast as possible. I can shoot greens from limitless and get a lot of contact dunks. This build is insane. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Drop a like if you enjoyed. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, turn on those noties. Let me know down below what you guys think about this build and if you're gonna make it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.